think what concerns me more than anything is what does it suggest about the mass of parents that are out there taking away the aims of their children for their own dedicated purpose of, we're going to take care of your education, we're going to make sure you get in, whatever we have to do, we're going to do it, and to hijack their kids' opportunity.
For you,
yes,
rather than encourage you to do it yourself.
And so I believe this has been all about the parents. It's just that these are the weeds that got above ground. There's a groundswell of roots below, I think, that really should be addressed. Is to really, are kids the ones that are bringing their own educational desires to bear, or are the parents really pushing from early age all the way to time of college?
So it's a culture of pressure that you're talking about there.
Yeah,
what's your experience with the parents?
Well, I do spend a lot of time trying to protect my students from their parents' best interests.
Wow, that's such an interesting way of putting it.
Yeah, and one of the, I absolutely share Richard's concerns.
Yeah.
But the other piece of this that I think is important to talk about is this obsession with brand name colleges.
Yes.
What I like to call high rejection rate schools. And
yes,
a built-in
like Stanford's
assumption.
4%, right? You get it.
Yeah, and that there's a built-in assumption that that's some kind of proxy for quality, for the quality of the undergraduate experience. And one of the things I love doing, and what most of us in the educational consulting profession love doing, is trying to educate families about the broad array of what's available. Peggy Noonan, again, mentioned it in her article. There are almost 3,000 four-year colleges in this country, and 80% of them accept more than 50% of their applicants.
Yes.
And there's no data that shows that going to a more competitive admissions college results in a better life, either in terms of income, engagement in work, or overall happiness.
So that's a really kind of reassuring thing to hear.
Yeah.
But why do you think that the assumption is exactly the opposite? That you basically, if you don't get into Stanford, I mean, look, I live in the middle of Silicon Valley, and I'm surrounded by, we live close to, those Palo Alto high schools that have been
high suicide rates
in the national news, and so I kind of see all this, and where does it come from? I mean, there's this very strong, you've got to get in, if you don't get into Stanford, your life is over, basically.
I don't know. And I think that's it's an incredible problem. I mean, it's just really an obsession with brand names, but it's a confusion between fame and quality.
Yes.
But more importantly, there is no such thing as the best school for everyone. It's like saying, who's the best person in the room? Well, that's a silly question.
Yeah.
You might say, who's the best tennis player, or who makes the best chocolate chip cookies. And by the same token, there is no best college for everyone. So what?
This is exactly, honestly, I'm so pleased you said that, to get personal about it. I mean, with our our two boys, they were sort of a few years before this all kicks in, but we've already, because of this culture, we're already trying to counteract it. Literally, we've been, gently saying to them over the years, you don't have to go to Stanford, wherever you want. Maybe you want to do gardening as a profession. There's some college that's amazing for people who want to do gardening, or if you want to look after animals or whatever. We just make stuff up just to make your point that there's such a wide variety.
Yeah.
But we feel the need to do that because the prevailing culture is so, especially where we are, it's all about Stanford.